Good evening. This is All India Radio, and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the news at 9. The headlines. Lok Sabha passes the Consumer Protection Bill 2018. The bill seeks to impose stringent punishment for food adulteration. Government to infuse 83,000 crore rupees in public sector banks in the next few months during the current fiscal year. Home Minister Rajnath Singh directs security establishment to curb efforts for revival of terrorism in Punjab. Calcutta High Court allows Rath Yatra of Bhartiya Janata Party in West Bengal. And in sports, Indian skipper Virat Kohli maintains his top spot in the latest ICC Test ranking, and V Sindhu jumps 3 places to number 3 in the latest World Badminton ranking. Lok Sabha passed the Consumer Protection Bill 2018 this afternoon. The bill seeks to replace the Consumer Protection Act 1986. The bill enforces consumer rights and provides a mechanism for redressal of complaints regarding deficiencies in goods and services. It seeks to establish consumer disputes redressal commissions at the district, state and national levels. The district commissions are authorized to look into complaints involving claims worth 1 crore rupees, which was 20 lakh rupees earlier. The state commission's limit is to be increased from 1 crore rupees to 15 crore rupees. Complaints over and above that limit would be handled by the National Commission. The bill also seeks to impose stringent punishment for food adulterations. Minister for Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Ramvilas Paswan, moved the bill for further consideration in the post-lunch session. He said the prevailing act is 32 years old, which does not reflect the conditions in the current consumer market. The bill was supported by all the 11 members who participated in the discussion, though Congress members continued to raise slogans seeking a JPC probe on the Rafale deal. In his reply, Mr. Paswan denied the apprehensions of some members that it would encroach upon the powers of the states in making appointments to the consumer commissions. The bill was later passed by a voice vote. Talking to media outside Parliament, the minister said the bill was necessary, keeping in mind the rising awareness among consumers about their rights.
कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन बिल जो है पास हुआ है, ऐतिहासिक जो है ई कॉमर्स का मामला है, मिसलीडिंग एडवर्टीजमेंट का मामला है, सबसे बड़ा मामला जो कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन अथॉरिटी का मामला है। और मैं समझता हूं कि आज जो कंज्यूमर जागृत हो चुका है उसके लिए आवश्यक था और इसको बहुत दूरदृष्टि रख करके इस बिल को बनाया है कि अगले 10 साल 20 साल में आवश्यकता नहीं पड़े।
Lok Sabha also passed the National Trust for Welfare of Persons with Autism, Cerebral Palsy, Mental Retardation and Multiple Disabilities Amendment Bill 2018. Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment Thawar Chand Gehlot moved the bill in the post-lunch session. After a very brief discussion, it was passed by a voice vote. Congress members continued to raise slogans in support of their demand for a JPC probe into the Rafale deal till the two bills were passed. Later, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan adjourned the House for the day as acrimonious scenes continued to mar the proceedings. Earlier in the morning, Congress, AIADMK and TDP members were in the well protesting on several issues, forcing the chair to adjourn the proceedings till noon. As the House reassembled, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley presented the supplementary demands for grants for the current financial year amidst noisy scenes. He also introduced the Companies Amendment Bill 2018. The Rajya Sabha also witnessed noisy scenes over Rafale aircraft deal and Kaveri issue before adjourning for the day. Chairman Venkaiah Naidu adjourned the House within 10 minutes after it met for the day. Congress and BJP MPs exchanged heated arguments on Rafale, while AIADMK and DMK members surged into the well holding placards in support of their demand for a permanent solution to the Kaveri water dispute between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. The Lok Sabha is all set to take up the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill 2018 on the 27th of this month. After the passage of the Consumer Bill post-lunch, the RSP member N.K. Premachandran tried to move a statutory resolution seeking disapproval of the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Ordinance 2018 that was promulgated on the 19th of September this year. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad was also scheduled to move the bill seeking to replace the ordinance for consideration and passing. However, Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge suggested the chair to take it up on the 27th, saying the important bill requires a detailed discussion and the time left in the day was short. He said many of the members were leaving for their home constituency and said 27th would be apt for the discussion. BJP leader and Union Minister Prakash Javadekar today said that the Congress party is frustrated as its scams are being exposed one after the other. Addressing media in New Delhi this evening, Mr. Javadekar said Congress is raising slogans against the NDA in sheer desperation. He said due to the government's efforts, VVIP chopper deal middleman Christian Michel was extradited and brought to New Delhi. RLSP chief and former Union Minister Upendra Kushwaha today joined the Congress-RJD alliance. Mr. Kushwaha had recently quit the NDA and resigned from the Union Council of Ministers. The government will infuse 83,000 crore rupees in public sector banks in the next few months in the current fiscal. Briefing media in New Delhi this evening, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said the recapitalization will enhance the lending capacity of state-owned banks and help them come out of the RBI's Prompt Corrective Action PCA framework.
Recognition of the NPAs, a process which started in 2015, has made a considerable headway. It's almost complete. And at a time where it had peaked in March 2015, the non-recognition was to the extent of about 7%. That now is about 0.59. So a high provisioning has already been made by the banks as a result of disciplining which has taken place in the last few years. And therefore now the downward slide in the NPA itself would now commence. This entire exercise will also lead to the improvement in the lending capacity of the banks itself.
The government today moved proposal in Parliament for enhanced bank recapitalization outlay from 65,000 crore rupees to 1,06,000 crore rupees in the current financial year to propel economic growth. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh has directed the security establishment to curb efforts for revival of terrorism in Punjab. He was addressing the inaugural session of the Conference of Directors General and Inspectors General of Police at Kevadia district of Gujarat today. Mr. Singh said in Punjab, recent terror incidents indicate concerted efforts on part of Pak establishment and Sikh extremist elements based in Pakistan to revive terrorism in the state. The Home Minister said economic installations and iconic institutions of the country are also being continuously targeted from across the western border through espionage and cyberspace. He said while increased training and sensitization programs to cover critical installations spread all over the country are being regularly undertaken, the state police needs to be alert on this front. The minister said the internal security situation in the country has vastly improved, particularly in the northeast and left-wing extremism affected states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who will be on a 2-day visit to Gujarat from tomorrow, will also attend the 3-day conference. The Calcutta High Court has allowed Rath Yatra of the Bhartiya Janata Party in West Bengal. The West Bengal government had denied permission for the Yatra last week on the ground that it might lead to communal tension. The BJP moved the High Court on Monday with a fresh plea challenging the state government's decision. Earlier, a single-judge bench had refused permission to the BJP to hold the Yatra, following which the party had approached the division bench. President Ramnath Kovind has said, wastage of food in India poses not just economic questions, but also moral ones. Mr. Kovind was speaking after inaugurating the Platinum Jubilee Conference of the All India Food Processors Association in New Delhi today.
In India, food wastage poses not just economic questions, but moral ones as well. We are a country with undeniable inequalities in income and consumption. Food wastage can easily be prevented by better and more rational food distribution. This will help us serve a greater section of our people.
The President said the food processing industry has a major role to play in this regard. It can help build the food value chain by being a bridge between the farmer and diverse and distant markets. Railway Board Chairman Ashwani Lohani said that Indian Railways will mark a very big transformation in its history in March 2020 as the two planned dedicated freight corridors will be completed by then. In an exclusive interview to All India Radio News, Mr. Lohani said it will be for the first time that the nation will have dedicated tracks for freight.
March 2020 will mark a very major changeover in the history of Indian Railways, where we have two dedicated freight corridors ready, one from Dadri to JNPT and Ludhiana to Sonnagar. For the first time, we'll have dedicated tracks for freight, and we'll build more of these lines in the future.
Tune in to the FM Gold channel of All India Radio at 9:30 tonight to listen to the interview. The News Services Division of All India Radio will broadcast its year-end program series from tomorrow. In this series, we will bring you discussions on core sectors and flagship schemes of the Union Government. Tune in to the FM Gold channel from 9:30 p.m. tomorrow to listen to this special series. The programs will also be available on our website, news.air.nic.in. You can share your feedback about the program at our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts with the hashtag AIR Year-End. In business news, snapping a 7-day rising streak, equity benchmarks today finished with mild losses amid weakness in global markets following the US Fed's rate hike. However, the rupee appreciated for the third day in a row. We have a report.
Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange fell 53 points to close at 36,432. Nifty at the National Stock Exchange also slipped 16 points to end at 10,952. The rupee at the Forex market today strengthened 70 paise to 69 rupees 70 paise against the US dollar. And Brent crude prices in intraday trade today were trading around $55.80 a barrel. With Sanjeev Kumar Singh, this is Lalema Aneja Dang, AIR News.
In sports news, in the latest ICC Test rankings, Indian skipper Virat Kohli maintains his top spot, while young wicketkeeper batsman Rishabh Pant and pacer Jasprit Bumrah attained their career best positions. The Indian captain has increased his lead over New Zealand skipper Kane Williamson from 7 to 19 points. Kohli gained 14 points to reach 934 points after a valiant first innings knock of 123 in the second test at Perth. Pant gained 11 places to secure the 48th spot, while Indian vice-captain Ajinkya Rahane moved up 2 places to progress into the top 15. In the bowlers list, Bumrah achieved a career-high ranking of 28, while fellow teammate Mohammad Shami moved 2 places to 24th. In the latest World Badminton rankings, Olympic silver medalist V Sindhu has climbed 3 spots to number 3. She moved up after claiming a 21-19, 21-17 win against Nozomi Okuhara of Japan in last week's BWF World Tour Finals in Guangzhou, China, for her first title of the year. Her compatriot Sameer Verma, who had reached men's singles semi-finals at this prestigious tournament, also moved up, reaching a career-high best at number 12. 3 astronauts have returned to Earth after more than 6 months aboard the International Space Station. A Russian Soyuz capsule carrying Serena Unknown Chancellor of NASA, Sergei Prokopyev from Russia, and German astronaut Alexander Gerst of the European Space Agency landed on the snow-covered steppes in Kazakhstan. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Lok Sabha passes the Consumer Protection Bill 2018. The bill seeks to impose stringent punishment for food adulteration. Government to infuse 83,000 crore rupees in public sector banks in the next few months during the current fiscal year. Home Minister Rajnath Singh directs security establishment to curb efforts for revival of terrorism in Punjab. Calcutta High Court allows Rath Yatra of Bhartiya Janata Party in West Bengal. And in sports, Indian skipper Virat Kohli maintains his top spot in the latest ICC Test ranking, and V Sindhu jumps 3 places to number 3 in latest World Badminton ranking. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.